Hey there folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to the farm. Today is another day of working on Popcorn the Willys Jeep. So we had the frame sandblasted last Friday in last Friday's vlog. We gotta get some paint slung on this thing. This is 2 days after. So we had it sandblasted the day before yesterday. We had some rain last night and we've got a little tiny touch of surface rust coming up on the brake drums. The frame is solid, there's no issues really. There's a few little weld things that we need to address, but what I really need to do is get some kind of paint, get some kind of sealer on this thing so that it doesn't start to rust up, so we don't have to go through the sandblasting process again. So come along today as we hit this entire frame with some rust encapsulator from Eastwood. We'll be using all Eastwood products on this thing. We're going to hit it with some chassis black, and we'll also be hitting it with some rust encapsulator platinum prior to chassis black. This thing is gonna look awesome. So come along, let's have some fun. Stoney Ridge, Farm, Stoney Ridge, Stoney Ridge Farm. So one thing you may notice about today, and I can't make the weather change, the trees are swaying in the breeze. Whenever you start a fire, break out a can of spray paint, the gods know, let's get some wind on this guy. So hopefully my tractor isn't soaked in rust encapsulator. Basically the wind is kind of blowing in my face, so I plan to be one darker shade of white by the end of the day today. This shouldn't be too bad. I parked in the least windy spot I could possibly find on the farm, and it's still pretty windy. Let me show you some spots that we've already gotten started on, and basically the tractor allows me to be able to raise the frame way up in the air and hit all the nooks and crannies that I need to hit. Now I was concerned about sandblasting this thing. My biggest concern was sand everywhere, and we used, I guess it's called powdered glass or ground up glass chips. It's not really sand, but those ground up glass chips are in little nooks and crannies all over. So when the guy got done, he took a leaf blower and he blew it off really good, but there's still some sand, some little piles of sand in all these little nooks and crannies, and there are a lot of nooks and crannies right here, and I'll show you the cure. So the cure that I keep on the tractor, that I keep with me all the time, is this Ultra Duster stuff. This stuff is just basically a air in a can. Now I've got a portable little air compressor that I could carry with me, but really it's only probably 6 or 8 little sections right in here, and I've already tried it out. I just take this little air duster, blow in there, and clean it out. I also keep this on the tractor, and let me show you what I use it for on the tractor. Pretty cool. So oftentimes on the tractor I'll have hydraulic hookups like this. Well, I can use the air duster and blow all the dirt or debris or whatever might fall into those little hydraulic hookups. So I keep them on my tractors, on both my tractors. Pretty cool. Let's get busy. By the way, I want to thank Kaiser Willys for helping sponsor this whole Jeep project right here. If it wasn't for Kaiser Willys, we wouldn't be building the Jeep. Also, Eastwood products, guys. Quick shout out to those guys. If you want to help support the channel, support the people that support the channel. It's good stuff. If you don't have one of these in your shop, in your arsenal, you need to get one. It's a little trigger sprayer from Rust-Oleum. I'll post a link in the video description. You just clamp it right onto your bottle, and instead of having cramps in the tips of your fingers from going all you have is a paint gun. Boom, turns it right into a paint gun. You want to continually shake this, and while you're using your full cans, you want to get into all the little nooks and crannies before you start doing the flat, large surfaces. So you want to get in the little tight spots and the little holes before you start doing the big flat surfaces, because if you tilt this thing, it won't spray correctly if it's not full. And here's what I mean by your nooks and crannies, your little cracks, your little crevices, your little holes and stuff. Things you're going to have to tilt the can to get into a different angle. So if you don't know how to spray paint, this is a good spray painting lesson. This really, really works great. You can see that wind not doing me any favors. Guys, I'm basically dedicating my first can of paint to little nooks and crannies like this. Oh, the wind slowed down. Thank you, God. Another little tip with spray painting is shaking it frequently, and I set my cans out in the sun so that they would be warm. These cans are probably 85 or 90 degrees, so when the paint goes on, it goes on and it dries quickly, so it's less chance of runs. Pretty cool. Guys, I'm just gonna get busy on this. You're gonna get a little time lapse of what goes on. We'll show you the before and we'll show you the after. So here is the before. That's what our chassis looks like before. I've already gotten a few spots that look kind of nice. We're kind of in the shade over here, in the windy shade, as you can hear. But you can see, it does a great job. It really does a great job. So that's your before. We'll take you around afterward. And you can see that surface rust that I was talking about. There's not much. Isn't this interesting how this is welded? It's the only hub that's like that, or the only brake drum that's like that. Pretty cool. Sears and Roebuck hubs. The really cool thing about this is I have found a yellow jacket's nest somewhere over here, and I cannot figure out where it is, but I've been stung on my arm. I have 3 cans of Rust Encapsulator, and man, it's gonna be tough. I'm really gonna have to ration paint to paint that whole Jeep frame with 3 cans of Rust Encapsulator. I think I can do it, but I got my fingers crossed. We also have Rust Encapsulator Platinum that we're gonna use on it after the fact. It's a little bit different formula, and it'll go on a little bit thicker, and that's what we'll use prior to putting the chassis black on. So this is just a sealer coat right now. This is all we're doing today, is just putting a sealer coat to keep it from rusting in any way. I'm 1.5 cans into it, and I'm probably, well, maybe 40% done. Whew, fingers crossed. We gotta find this bee's nest, man. Not cool. Stung me right on the arm. Not good. We're gonna have to seek adult beverages here in a minute. My buddy Don is coming right now. Let's talk about what's going on the farm, really. So this is a tractor shed. There's a tiller right there, hay baler, 0-turn, manure spreader. This is where I keep my equipment. It's up here in a centralized location on my farm. It's the most safe location on my farm. Somebody comes in from that way, they would be a fool, and somebody comes in from my house, they'd be a fool too. So it's kind of centrally located where nobody can drive in, sneak in here and try to pick something up. So that's Don. He's coming to pick his skid loader up, which is hemorrhaging hydraulic fluid. I don't know why. I haven't looked into it. It's always fun to watch Don load up. So last time we got a show, when Don went to back the skid loader onto his dump trailer, the dump trailer picked the back end of the pickup truck up, and we were pointed down the hill, and the truck just took off down the hill. So cross your fingers that this craziness doesn't happen this time. I don't think it will. I think we've eliminated the hill as an issue. But he still likes to back it on there, so we might get a show. Who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, this is in no way safe, no way do we advise this, no way do we think this is the right thing to do, and it's fun, so continue to watch. There we go. Well, Safety Sam, we did it this time. How about it, Don? Woo! Let's get back on the Jeep, guys. Oh, life is good.
I've been running around this farm just chasing them chickens that are running along, yeah. I've been running around this farm just chasing them chickens that are running along, yeah. Cause we got goats, we got pigs, and we got chickens. Goats, pigs, and chickens. Goats, pigs, and chickens. Woo.
I have paint in every orifice, in every hair on my arms in my nose. But man, she looks good. Look at that. Boy, can you believe all this time? That's 70 years of rust, 70 years of rust cleaned off and shining like a new penny. 3 cans of paint was not, I got paint on my teeth. 3 cans of paint was not enough. Let me get you a close-up. So this is not the finished product, guys. This is totally not the finished product. This is just to seal off and prevent rust. I wanted to put a nice heavy coat of rust encapsulator on here. We did not get done with 3 cans. It actually took 6 cans of rust encapsulator to get this guy right. You can see some of the paint right here is still drying. Everything just looks super duper awesome. There may be a few spots that I'll have to touch up here and there. There's a few spots that are kind of hard to get back in, little corners and stuff like that, but man, that's just so awesome. So super glad that you guys really talked me into sandblasting this frame. Thank you so much for talking me into that. So let me know what you think. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit it one more time with another heavy coat of rust encapsulator, and then we're gonna hit it with the Eastwood Chassis Black. Now the rust encapsulator and the chassis black will be sprayed through an air gun. It takes 7 CFM for me to spray that through the gun, so we gotta get the big compressor hooked up working. We gotta get air lines ran. We gotta get everything hooked up for that. Once we get that done, we'll get this thing in. We're gonna do a makeshift spray booth. I may spray this outside, but I don't think I'll spray the body inside. We've got all kinds of cool products that we're gonna be using, putting this Jeep back together. The leaf springs, I'm a little bit on the fence about replacing the leaf springs. We'll get you some close-ups in the next video. I've got a challenge for you. Safety Sam, go back and watch the video. The person that comes up with the most safety violations for this video will win a super clean prize pack. So whoever can come up with the most unsafe practices that I did during this video, be it being underneath that lift or spray painting without a mask, or I'm giving you ideas, whoever can come up with the most fun stuff, or standing over top of a yellow jacket's nest. Whoever can come up with the most Safety Sam violations. Was that a B again? Dude. Whoever can come up with the most Safety Sam violations gets a super clean prize pack in 2 weeks. I'll search through there in 2 weeks and I'll announce the winner. I'll email you or send you a private message. Thanks a lot, guys. Come on back and see me here on the Stoney Ridge farm. Lots of fun stuff to go. Gonna get started on the body soon. I got the old body sitting right over here. Gonna do some sort of farm art slash lawn art with the old body. But we're gonna hang on to it in case we need any parts. That's where the old body lives. Cool stuff. See you next time. Pound that like button, subscribe to the channel. I gotta blow out some black boogers. See you guys next time. Woo! Whoa, black booger. Bam-a-lamb, got a big black booger. Bam-a-lamb, got a frame real clean. Bam-a-lamb, got a big black booger. Bam-a-lamb, whoa, black booger. Bam-a-lamb.